You. Happy Wednesday. I have to think of what day it is. Honestly, from day to day, I have to remember what day it is. But anyway, I know what day it is. It's Wednesday. Good morning to you. So what we're talking about today is the world is moving fast. And are you paying attention? And B, are you prepared? Are you moving with it? And this is not like the sky is falling video. That's not what this is. That's not ever my intention, is just to freak you out about stuff. But let's just look at what's happening in the world. I'm a realist, right? So I'm going to say like, okay, here's the reality. Here's what is happening here. Here's what I see people doing. Are you doing those things? And that's what I want, because my heart and my soul bleed for families, and to make sure that we are good going into, quite frankly, the rest of our lives, but always at present, right? At present with what's going on. Are we good? Do we need to make some changes? Are there shifts that need to occur? Or are you totally good with where you're at and that's fine? This is never me saying you should do this, It's just me saying, did you realize this was an opportunity? Did you realize this is out here? Do you realize that other people are doing this? Because whenever you look, if you just kind of watch the news or social media or whatever, they're going to tell you a version of what's happening in the world, but they don't typically tell you behind the scenes, and most certainly not behind the curtains of massive brands, massive businesses, and the moves they're making. The people that own those brands and businesses, I'm connected with. I'm friends with some of them, and I just know of others. I'm not friends with everybody. Not that they're bad people. You can't be friends with everybody, right? I don't know everybody. But I know of, and I know what they're doing, and I can see what's going on, right? And so if I have that ability, and I have, the perception, but also the foresight to be able to let you guys know, okay, well, here are some moves you could make right now, right? That other people are making, that are totally moves that you can make as well. Then I'm going to let you know, because where else are you going to hear it from? That's kind of where it is. So anyway, hey, good morning. Let's talk about what's going on in the world, right? I won't get specific because I can't. But okay, so there's a very obvious thing. Inflation is obviously a thing. And also, good morning, you guys. I see all of you. I wish I could put you all up on screen right now. But there's obviously there's inflation. There's the prices of things are rising. And there's like weird things where the prices are rising. And you're like, but why that? I don't know the answers to all of that, because while I could research it, I would rather research other things instead. So I am a researcher, but I can't do it all at the same time. And I don't want to. But so there's obviously inflation going on. We've got a presidential election year, which there's always sort of cattywampus stuff that happens in an election year, right? We've got the rise of AI, which has been rising already. We've got the rise of that, and robots doing jobs, and also and we've talked about this before, but there's a McDonald's that's fully functional on AI and robots, not a human being on the premises. And I think it's by next year, it's either by the end of this year or next year, that Walmart said that they plan on having a fully functional Walmart. Now, we already are our own checkout people at Walmart. We're already employed by Walmart. But Walmart is planning on doing that McDonald's model as an entire Walmart. And so as we look into the job market, that's what I want us to focus on today. Either the job that you have or that your husband has or whatever, I want you to look into it, and I want you to let your mind go wild, not in a fearful way, because we're not afraid of anything. Anything we can work with and pretty much figure out solutions for anything, right? So this isn't a fearful thing to do. I'm not having you do a fearful activity, okay? But we need to be reality based. What I don't want is for us to have our head in the sand and be like, man, not me. And then when it happens, all of a sudden you're like, I need to make up my income tomorrow. We don't have enough. Like most people have less than $200 extra a month in the bank, right? And so if you were to, or if your husband were to lose your jobs, or both of you lose your jobs, then what happens, right? And this isn't a fear-based thing, it's a reality thing. So as you're even thinking of this, I don't want you to hyperventilate. That is never my goal, which is why I'm kind of coaching you through this to not do that. But I want for you to just realistically say, here's how much we need to make per month in order to be okay. And then obviously any more than that is going to be great because you're going to be able to add to savings and that sort of thing. But here's what we need every month to be okay. I want you to write that down. I want you to know what that number is, and I want you to look at that number, and I want you to always be thinking about that number, okay? And now I want you to think, okay, so, you know, what is your job? What is your role? Is there a way for AI or robots to be able to accomplish that? Because what is happening in corporations is they're slashing jobs left and right. You don't see that, but they're slashing jobs left and right by introducing robots into those roles. And they introduce robots into those robots and AI together into those roles because obviously it saves them money. And what do we know about especially publicly traded corporations? Their prime directive, the only thing that they really want to focus on is maximizing shareholder profits, right? And so if you can cut out having to pay a human being to do something, then that's going to maximize shareholder profits. But it's not just that. It's also efficiency and doing the same thing over and over, because a lot of people in their roles or in their jobs, you kind of do the same thing over and over and over again. Like, do you guys remember the show Laverne and Shirley, right? The Meeble or Mobble, I don't remember the words. Dun, 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 dun. And they had like the bottles. They did the bottles, right? And then there was kind of, or wait, was that Lucy? I don't know. Anyway. Wow, shows are getting mixed together in my brain. But you understand what I'm saying. There were humans doing that, right? Now, not so many. And they probably thought that forever and ever they were going to be okay with their jobs. Well, robots took that over a long time ago, right? But now, whenever it comes to communicating with people, because we have AI involved in it, because of that, now AI is really good at being able to lean in and show empathy and have conversations and that sort of thing. That is now going to take the place of a lot of humans that are really just doing the same thing over and over and over again. So if you see in your job or in your role that you do things, House and Pfeffer Incorporated. That's, yes, thank you. Sorry. Thank you for your help. I love this. I'm just like, I just look ridiculous. But anyway, those roles are going to lose their jobs. And it's because if a company can pay, whether they're publicly traded or not, if they can save money, they'll save money. If they can put a robot and AI into that role for pennies, instead of paying a human being to do it, they're going to. And again, this is not a fear mongering. This is not even like, I'm not like freak out guys. I'm not saying that. I'm saying let's be realists. Let's know where the world is going, what companies are doing. There are full-on multi-million-dollar brands running their business from their house with just them and some robots and AI. That's where things are going. It's said that within the next year or two, will be the very first billion-dollar business that is run by one person alone. That's where businesses are going, and everybody's racing to that, because the less resources, the less, it's just the less overhead, right? So from a business perspective, that's what it is, right? And so, so what I want you to think about is, okay, does this affect my role? Does this affect my husband's role potentially? And then what I want you to do is I want you to start looking into ways to create income from home. Now, whenever you do that, obviously I'm your girl if you want to learn how to do that. That's what HBR is. We're creating 7 income streams from home in 12 weeks. It's live right now. The next one will be in May for it now, and I can get your stuff ready for you because I create a report for you and stuff that then you use in the program, and it makes everything very, very easy. You can go ahead and sign up now. It's just the doors will be like, you'll go into it in May, but you'll be all ready to go with your things, kind of like with your little backpack and your pencils, and you'll be like, okay, I'm ready to go, right? And I give you some preliminary things to do, so it's not like you don't have anything to do. But anyway, I want you to look into ways that you can create income from home, but not by working for a company, because it's still the same issue whether you're home or you're in a cubicle. It doesn't matter. The same result will happen. So don't move yourself from here to here in a different, you know what I'm saying? Like in a different way. What I want you to do is figure out how to be able to create income from home on your own, right? I believe everybody's very first income stream should be affiliate marketing. Actually, I've just been named president of an association for affiliate marketers, which is very cool. You'll hear more about that here in the future. But it's the best way, in my opinion, to be able to create income as a family from home. And the businesses, that is where they're moving to, because they can't cut you out of that because they need you to make the money. They can cut you out of roles that are like just repetitive roles. They can cut you out of that, but they can't cut you out of your influence with your people. And you might be like, Martha, I don't have any people. Yes, you do. I help you figure out who your people are, how to be able to attract them, how to start, when I started doing this stuff, I thought I didn't have people either. But in what I do, I've been able to figure out how to be able to attract our people to us so we can serve them, right? I'm not going to get into all of that. But I love affiliate marketing, but also what I want you to have is multiple income streams. Now, I want you to start with one, and then we add on. So in HBR, we start with one, we build everything around that one, and then we start adding them on. So by the end of the 12 weeks, you've got them all, but we really focus on the one first, and then we start adding the other ones on in ways that they really make sense, right? But start with one, but always be thinking ahead. I'm going to be adding more, because you need more than one basket, right? Because if you have, a basket of income here and a basket of income here and a basket of income here, if for some reason this business goes out of business, which is, we're going to be seeing that a lot. If this goes out of business, then what happens if you have put all of your eggs in this basket right here and it goes out of business, then what? It's just like getting fired from a job and not having anything as backup. So as families, what we need to do is we need to have multiple baskets that are all creating income. So if this one drops or dies off or whatever, then we've got the other ones that will keep us safe, that will keep us secure. And also, it makes it where we're not so stressed out about any of them. That's what's great about affiliate marketing. You don't have to be stressed out about anything, right? You just don't. And so anyway, this is what I want you guys to be thinking about today. Again, not in a way that is like, I'm freaking out now. Like, it's not for that purpose. Please hear my heart. It is not for that purpose. It's to be realist and to say, okay, here's the world I live in, whether I know it or not. I now do. Here's the world I live in. How do I make myself, my family safe in this place, right? Rather than being back on your heels whenever they fire you, or whenever they find a robot to do your job, or whatever, or they lower what you make, whatever it is. Rather than being back on your heels, you're up on the balls of your feet saying like, I got this. I've had this. I'm good anyway. Or it could even say, before they do it to you, could even say, you know what? I'm just going to work from home. I'm just going to do my own thing. Thank you for the opportunity. Love you. Bye-bye. That's the amount of, sovereignty that we really need to have as families going into a very questionable time. There's lots of reasons why it's a questionable time, and I'm not going to go into all of those, but or you could ask around. People talk about it on the underbellies. People talk about it. There's very questionable times coming up, and we need to make sure that we're good. And quite frankly, as believers, we need to be able to, this is something I believe firmly, we need to be able to create a good amount of income so we can put back into kingdom building purposes. But anyway, I love you guys. If you're not in HBR yet, you know what to do. In the description of this video, that's how you have the conversation. Let's get you going so you can come in on the next one. This one is already amazing. This one is already hot. It's lit. People are moving. You'll see. So anyway, I love you guys. I will see you later. Adios.